forests and tall pine trees. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, another courageous lawyer doing this work on our behalf is Victoria Don, who has represented an inmate tortured prior to his 2009 release from Guantanamo. Victoria Don.
I'm Victoria Don. I'm one of the attorneys working with Paul Hoffman to represent Rahim Abdul Razak Al-Janko. He's a young Syrian man who was falsely imprisoned in Guantanamo Bay for approximately 7 years. In 2002, Mr. Janko was liberated from Sarpooza prison, where he had been incarcerated and tortured by the Taliban. However, he was then mistaken for a terrorist by U.S. forces and transferred to Guantanamo Bay. In Guantanamo, Mr. Janko suffered brutal interrogations, beatings, prolonged stints in isolation, sleep deprivation, exposure to extreme temperatures, and was driven to multiple suicide attempts. Mr. Janko was finally freed pursuant to a habeas petition in 2009, which found he was not an enemy combatant. However, this is not the end of the story for survivors of Guantanamo like Mr. Janko. Our client continues to live with potentially lifelong physical and psychological damage while struggling to rebuild his life. We are currently helping Mr. Janko fight an uphill battle in the civil court to gain some redress and justice. It is important for our court system to acknowledge and allow civil justice and compensation for victims like Mr. Janko, who were unwittingly swept up in and paid a terrible price for our nation's overzealous war on terror. Thank you all so much.